Hello and welcome to the VMS training session on how to close your year for Ventus. So there's a couple reasons why you would close your year. The first one being, if you're a fiscal year, you must keep your payroll by a calendar year. Number two, it's a standard accounting practice to do this within payroll. And number three, it clears all of your accumulators in payroll for the next year. Now, closing your payroll year, write your year totals for your federal W-2, the state W-2, all of your different kinds of 401k type deductions, and all your W-2 files. Your W-2 files may not be printed until the payroll year is closed. Now, I'm going to go through the prerequisites before closing your year. Step 1, you need to update to 12/11/2017 or later. Step 2 for the prerequisites before closing your year, you are going to post all of your payroll batches within the module. And the location you would do this is at Tasks, Payroll, Post Checks. Step 3, print all your year-end reports in sequential order. The first report you're going to run is the Payroll Employee Totals report. If you go to Reports, Payroll, Employee Totals, you'll see the report options right here. You will want to run these specifically like I have them on the screen. The most important one here is the total level equal to all. Choosing all is the best option. It will give you the results for the month, quarter, and year. If you click OK, the report will run. You will either need to print this, save it as a PDF, or save it to your queue. The next report you're going to want to run is the deduction report. If you go to Payroll and you go down to the Employee Deduction Report, you'll see a couple different options. The TRX date right here, you need to run for the entire year. And right here below you see sort by employee and all the different types of deductions. You need to select every deduction code when running this report. The report will not run properly with all set. It is used instead of changing the equal to and selecting the deduction code. So you need to run all of your deductions within this report. Click OK. Here are all your specific deductions. The next report you need to run is the hours worked report. If you go to Reports, Payroll, and you go down to the hours worked report, you can see the different specific options are here and include salary equal to check mark. You click OK. Make sure you save it to the queue, a PDF, or print it out. The next report you need to run is the Cost Center report. Reports, Payroll, and you go down to the Cost Center report. Right here. And you'll see that I have it for a range from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Click OK. Save it to the queue, print it out, save it as a PDF once again. The next report you're going to want to run is the federal tax report. If you go to Payroll and go down to Federal Tax Report, there's a couple options you need to pay attention to here. The period end date and the total level. You'll see right here I have it as 12/31 and I have it equal to quarter. The period end date should equal to 12/31/17. Do not select a range. The total level should be a quarter so that you get the correct info for the quarterly payment submission. And if you want to go back and run the report for the year, do that a second time. Now, if you're running by division, it should always be set to check the box if you do want to print by division, or leave it unchecked if you do not do divisions. Click OK. Save it to the queue, print it out, save it as a PDF. The next report that you want to run is the state tax report. If you go to Reports, Payroll, go down to the state tax report. There's a couple different options you need to pay attention to here. You can see that I have 12/25/2016 selected for my date of the first payroll. This is not the check date, but the first day of the batch for the first payroll in January. The second thing you need to pay attention to is the state code. Right now I currently have mine set to equal to 10. You need to run for each state needed one at a time for this report. So if you have 5 different states, you need to run this report specifically 5 times for each different state. At the bottom, I have print 0, amount withholding checked also. If you click OK, and you can see right here the period date I ran for the entire year. Click OK. And the report runs. Save it to the queue, PDF, or print it out. The last report that you need to run in the sequential order is the UC3 report. If you go to Reports, Payroll, and you go down here to the UC3 report, there's a bunch of different options here that you need to watch out for. If I open this up a little bit bigger, you will see right here I haven't ran for 2017, and you'll see I have 12/25/2016. This is not the check date, but once again, it is the first day of the batch for the first payroll from January. Down here, you'll see I have the period end of 12/31/2017. That needs to be the first day of quarter 4 and the last day of quarter 4. And right here, you'll see the printed weeks worked, checked marked, and all the other different specific items right here I have checked. And for each state that you have, you're going to have to run this report again one at a time for each separate state. If you have 5 different states, you need to run the 5 reports for each different state. And then one other thing I forgot to mention on these check marks above, these are the boxes that are most commonly selected to print with all our different clients. So if you click OK, you're going to save to the queue, print it out, save it as a PDF, and these are all the different reports that you need to run in specific order as a prerequisite. And once again, these steps and everything are listed in the documentation on how to run them. Step 4, a very important step, is to create a backup of your database. Step 5, creating your 2018 general ledger accounting periods. If you are using a fiscal year, you do not need to perform step 5. The first thing you're going to do is go to Maintain General Ledger Accounting Periods. If you clicked Find right here, you can see all your 2017 General Ledger periods. To create the 2018 year, you go down here to Add Year. Your box will appear. You'll type in 2018, starting month of January, and you click OK. Once you click OK, if you go down to Find, you scroll down, you will see all your 2018 periods have been created. You are done with step 5. Now, here are the 3 steps to closing your year. As a quick notification, if you go to Tasks, Payroll, and you click End of Month, you are going to get an error that says this is the last month of the year, you may not close the month. If you cancel and you click Tasks, Payroll, and you click on End of Quarter, you're going to get the same type of message. You are not able to continue. Do not click End of Month or End of Quarter. Always click Cancel. Step 1, End of Year. Tasks, Payroll, End of Year. As noted, do not click on End of Month or End of Quarter. You must click on End of Year. Step 2, double check you've completed your 5 prerequisites. 1, pulling your update. 2, posting all batches. 3, printing all reports. 4, creating a backup. And 5, creating the 2018 general ledger periods. Step 3, clicking Continue. Once you click Continue, it will process and you will get the message saying End of Year Closing Completed. Now that you've performed End of Year, you need to verify if your 2017 general period is closed. If you go to Options, System, Company Maintenance, go to the Payroll Options tab on page 1, and at the bottom you'll see your current year is set to 2018 and your current month is set for January. After your year has been closed, you will need to enter the new federal and state tax tables before processing the first payroll of the new year. The federal tax tables can be accessed from here. If you go to Maintain, Payroll, and you go down here to Tax Table Maintenance, you can see you have your federal your state/local, and then we have the separate Connecticut box. These will be released in the software as the government releases them to us. If you are using our mobile data application, you will need to go to Options, System, Company Maintenance. Click on the Payroll Options tab. On page 1, you will need to update the pay period begin date, 1/1/2018. Now, for everyone, we need to change the date of the first paycheck in the payroll file. If you go to Options, System, Company Maintenance, click the Payroll Options tab and go to page 3. You will need to change the date of the first paycheck to the first day of the year. If we go over to the next January, it will be 1/1/2018. Congratulations! You have closed out your prior year now. Please note, all documentation can be found on the email that was sent to you via the memo. You can find it on the portal, and if you can't find it in those two places, you can email VMS Assist and we will get it back straight to you. Thank you.